We are joined now by Sarah Raish, attorney for the family of Renee Good. First, thank you for being here. I wonder, what have these past few weeks been like for Renee's family, this awful personal tragedy for them becoming this pivotal national moment?
Thank you so much for having me, Anna. They are understandably distressed. They are devastated. Of course, this was completely unexpected that their loved one, their daughter, their sister, their mother, their partner would be shot by ICE when she's driving after dropping her child off at school with her dog in the car. I mean, it was unthinkable. And then her family thought that that would be a turning point, of course, in Minneapolis. And it wasn't. In no time at all, Alex Preddy was also shot. So to say that they are devastated and grief-stricken and heartbroken is an understatement.
We just heard Border Czar Tom Homan, who's leading operations now in Minnesota, say a drawdown plan is being put together. What's your reaction to that?
You know, certainly that's a step in the right direction. You know, what I'll say is that the Good family has banded together, Renee's family has banded together, and their message is peace. They want peace in Minneapolis, and the only way that there will be peace in Minneapolis is for this ICE operation, as we have seen it, to end.
So they're focused on peace. What about the accountability piece of it? The DOJ did not launch a civil rights investigation into the killing of Renee, same with the killing of Alex Preddy. Without that, how do you plan to ensure there is accountability?
Without a doubt, they're seeking accountability, and that's why we're representing them, to seek accountability. That's why we are conducting our own independent investigation, and we're leading with transparency. We've shared that transparency is of the utmost importance because we're not getting that from the government because they're not leading their own investigation.
Right. Can you tell us more about this independent investigation? Considering federal authorities won't even share evidence with local police, what challenges is your investigation facing?
I can tell you that we are zealously pursuing it. We have conducted a private autopsy. We shared some of those preliminary results already. And we also shared a letter of preservation that we sent to federal agents. We are demanding that they preserve all evidence that they have obtained, all records of investigation, all communications, and we will be following up on that request.
Are you at all preparing a civil suit?
We will be doing everything that is in our power to hold these entities accountable to seek justice for Renee Good. There are limitations with what's called the Federal Tort Claims Act, the FTCA. So certainly we'll be pursuing that, as well as any other means that we can find as feasible to seek justice for Renee. And yes, we are actively pursuing civil litigation.
The other thing that has been so unusual about this whole situation, not only that there aren't independent investigations taking place, not only that they aren't sharing evidence with local and state investigators, but we've also learned that there is an investigation by federal authorities into the family of Renee Good. And my understanding, according to Governor Tim Walz, is that he spoke to Tom Homan about that investigation into Renee's widow. And take a listen.
They slandered Renee Good's wife, and there's a federal investigation into her that I told Tom Homan, I said, if you want to gain some goodwill here, you drop that damn thing right now.
What did he say to that?
He said he'd go back and call cash, which doesn't give me great confidence.
What's your understanding about why they're investigating Renee's widow? And do you know where that investigation stands? Has it been closed?
We've received no communications on that, and we are really focused on our own independent investigation and seeking accountability. This is uncharted territory with the government refusing to investigate an officer-involved shooting. This is not what we've experienced in the past. And that's why we're doing our own investigation to ensure that there is accountability, to ensure that there's justice.
After the killing of Alex Preddy, the government immediately called him a domestic terrorist, exactly the same playbook they used after Renee Good's killing. What does Renee's family want the American people to know about who she was?
Renee was the best of the best. She was the exact opposite of who this administration claims they've been looking for in these ICE actions. She was a mother. She was a partner, a daughter, a sister, a friend, a community member, a beautiful writer. She loved to travel. She loved animals. She was funny. She was deeply caring and supportive of everyone around her, whether it be a family member or a neighbor. She was incredibly special, and she should be here today.
I know it's a tremendous loss for her family and for the community. Sarah Raish, attorney for the Good Family, thank you for being with us.